Have you ever stopped to notice how much time we spend fighting against life? We wrestle situations, fight through difficult times, we struggle with challenges. Everything always has to be so much more difficult, or at least it feels that way sometimes. Have you ever thought how many moments are lost wishing things were different? How many moments are spent wondering if things could ever be like we want, hoping for change, fearing what might come, regretting what is past? We live our lives in constant struggle, not because life is necessarily a struggle, regardless of the things that might or might not be happening in your life, but because we spend our time trying to shape reality into what we think it should be, inevitably becoming frustrated when it never becomes what we want, and then thinking that happiness and satisfaction will only come in the future when you have finally gotten what you want. All of this, rather than accepting what is. But what if I told you that everything you've ever experienced in life, every bit of happiness and sadness, every moment of love and happiness, every triumph and tragedy, every joy and sorrow, is not at all what you think they are, and that each of these experiences is only ever a thought, that everything that is happening isn't something good or bad, right or wrong, or any label whatsoever, but just is what it is, an event, that which can't be any other way than it is, and thus that which is perfect exactly as it is. You might think this sounds naive, perhaps even cruel in the face of suffering. How could pain supposed to happen? How could loss be meant to be? But this isn't about justifying suffering or claiming that pain doesn't exist. This is about something far deeper, a truth that lies beneath all of our judgments, all of our definitions, all of our stories about how life should be. Think about a river flowing through the landscape. Does the river worry about which way it should flow? Does it question whether it took the right path around a boulder? Does it regret not flowing faster or slower? The river simply flows, following the natural course laid before it, moving with perfect precision through every moment, neither right nor wrong, just being exactly what it is. You see, we've created this elaborate illusion, this story we tell ourselves, that we're separate from the flow of existence, that somehow we stand apart from the universe, making choices, controlling outcomes, shaping destiny. But just like a wave isn't separate from the ocean, you're not separate from the cosmic dance of existence. You're not watching the movie of life. You are the movie, the projector, the screen, and the viewer, all at once. Every choice you've ever made, every path you've taken, every success and failure couldn't have happened any other way in that moment, because you were being exactly who you were, with exactly the consciousness you had, with exactly the understanding you possessed. But what about free will, you might ask? What about making better choices? What about improving ourselves? And yes, you will make choices. Yes, you will grow and change. Yes, you will learn and evolve. But even that process, even the desire to improve, even the journey of awakening, is part of the perfect unfolding of existence. It's hard sometimes to accept, to let go of the beliefs you've made, to surrender the need to judge. But throughout history, throughout cultures, judging has always been condemned, as to judge is often seen as something beyond our power. For as God decried Job, questioning of him and all the bad that had befallen him, as Krishna urges Arjuna to the fight to fulfill his purpose, even though he wishes not to raise a weapon against family, as Buddha sat beneath a Bodhi tree after realizing that all the practice in the world will never reveal the enlightenment you already have. It's been taught again and again that judging the world only brings you deeper into the world. Think about all the energy you spend, all the mental anguish you create, fighting against what has already happened, or worrying about what might come. How much peace could you find if you simply accepted that this moment, right here, right now, is exactly what it needs to be? This doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on goals and dreams. It means acting from a place of acceptance rather than resistance, moving with life rather than against it. When you stop fighting what is, when you release the need to control everything, a profound peace emerges. A deep understanding that you are being carried, just as you always have been, by the infinite intelligence of existence itself, begins clearly becoming visible. Consider for a moment, every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every cell in your body, functions perfectly without your conscious control. The same intelligence that keeps planets in orbit, that makes flowers bloom, that turns acorns into oak trees, is the same intelligence flowing through you, guiding you, being you. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to know the grand plan. You don't have to understand why everything happens. Your only task is to be present, to be aware, to be open to the flow of life moving through you. When challenges arise, face them. When opportunities appear, explore them. When joy comes, embrace it. When pain visits, feel it. But do so without the added burden of believing things should be different, of thinking you've made wrong choices, of fearing you're not on the right path. Because there is no wrong path. There is only the path you're on. And it's exactly the path you're supposed to be on, leading you exactly where you need to go. Even your resistance to this truth, even your doubt as you hear these words, is perfect for where you are right now. The freedom in this understanding is boundless. When you truly grasp that everything is as it should be, the weight of the world lifts from your shoulders. You no longer need to fix everything, control everything, understand everything, be everything. You can simply be what you are, where you are, as you are. This moment, this exact moment, with all its imperfections, with all its uncertainty, with all its beauty and challenge, is absolutely perfect. Not because it matches some ideal, not because it feels good, not because you understand it, but simply because it is. And you, exactly as you are right now, are an essential part of this cosmic dance. Perfect in your imperfection, complete in your incompleteness, whole in your brokenness. So let go of the struggle, release the resistance, surrender to the flow of existence. Because everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And in that acceptance, you'll find the peace, the power, and the freedom you've been seeking all along, and you'll realize the truth you've been running from, the truth society doesn't want you to accept. You are perfect and complete.